But ANC Treasurer General Paul Mashatile is currently speaking to members of the media outside the home of Tokyo Sexwale's late mother, where he's taking questions. Let's hear what's being said.
Us as South Africans have rights. If somebody wants to exercise those rights, they are free to do so. So I don't think we as the ANC must interfere. I think let's allow Comrade Ace to do what he thinks is important to deal with his situation. But we appreciate the fact that as someone like all of us came to pay respects to the family like we are doing today.
Just on the ANC matters, TG, Finahau has threatened to take court action against the ANC for not paying its staff salaries. What's the latest on that? Are you paying the staff salaries? What's just an update on that?
We have paid salaries up to date, up to end of January. So we don't owe anybody. So if they want to go to court, they can, but we have paid.
And where did the money come from?
We fundraise.
Through?
We fundraise. We go out there and ask good Samaritans to help us.
TG, on the issue around money, we've also seen that audio clip that was leaked around President Cyril Ramaphosa talking about funding for the 2017 campaigns, and just yesterday the suspended Secretary General saying that he supports Mervyn Dirks' view, saying that the President needs to account, especially when it's in concern with public funds.
Well, the President has never refused to account for anything, as far as I recall. The issue of Mervyn Dirks is because he didn't follow the right procedures. You know, in any institutions, there are protocols. In the ANC, there are protocols. There are things that you don't do. And I think that's the issue, that, yes, we must all account, but we have leaders that we have appointed in caucus. We have leaders that we have appointed in Parliament. Certain things must go through them in order to be dealt with. There was nothing stopping Mervyn Dirks to go to the Chief Whip and say, you know, I think that we need to get President to account on these matters. He had no right at all to be bypassing the leadership of the ANC. Because sometimes people forget that they were actually deployed there by the ANC. He didn't just walk in there. He came there in the list of the ANC. We expect particular behavior for people who are on our list. Unless you have gone there on your own, you can behave the way you like. But if you are deployed by the organization, you must remain within the discipline of the organization. The president of the ANC will never refuse to account if he has to.
Just the last one from me, TG. I know that there's been an issue at Lutuli House. We know that there is the suspended Secretary General. He's still out. And, of course, Umam Jesse as well. So you are still acting as the SG. When it comes to bringing other NEC members into the office, how far is that process? I know that you have said that to boost Lutuli House, especially during such an important year where you've got two conferences, do we know when you will be beefing up the office so that your administrative work for those conferences are actually done?
We are doing so already. We already have about 5 full-time NEC members. The officials have asked me to do further assessment to see if we need additional capacity, but so far we are coping.
When it comes to state capture reports, TG, maybe comment from the ANC on the people that have been implicated. The party itself has been implicated. Have there been discussions on how to handle the 2 reports that have been out from the ANC?
Well, we have not discussed the second part that was released. I think it was on Monday. But in general, our approach is that let the recommendations of the Commission be implemented. That's our attitude. We're not going to stand on the way of anything. We've said so from the beginning. We support the Commission and its work. We support the Commission as it continues to implement its recommendations. We did say at the NEC some of the recommendations are matters that may require policy by structures of the organizations as it relates to us. There may others that may require legislation. So we have a small committee that we have appointed in the ANC to look at this report and say, okay, there are these recommendations and these recommendations, this is what we need to do as the ANC. But the ANC can't stand on the way if there's a recommendation that somebody must be prosecuted and then we run around and say no because this person is our leader. We don't work like that. We respect the laws of the land. We respect the fact that there's an independent judiciary, and we will abide by all the recommendations.
You must push on the issue of fundraising, given that now parties are supposed to be transparent on who funds them. You've told us the salaries have been paid up to the end of January, but maybe be more specific, especially in your position as Treasury General, who would know exactly who funds the party, on who funded you to pay these salaries.
That is information I only have to tell the IEC, not the public. If you want to know, you'll get it from the IEC, because that's how we account. We will report to the IEC, who has been helping us. The IEC will publish. Yeah.
And lastly, for me,
yeah.
And for me, TG, how can you assure the ANC staff that even though the January salaries have been paid, that they will continue to be paid on time for later this year?
The ANC staff has been paid for the last 5 years. So I don't know what assurance they need.
But you've been paying them late, TG.
No. The ANC staff has been paid. It may have been late once or twice. They've been paid their full salaries, bonuses. Even during COVID, when companies were retrenching, we never did. When companies were asking their staff to cut their salaries, we never did. We have paid staff up to the end of this January. So why must I come here and assure everybody I'm going to pay salaries for the next 2 years? They will be paid when they are supposed to be paid. If we are late because we are waiting for funds, we'll tell them. So please, the ANC staff has been paid to date. Can we leave it at that? They have been paid.
Okay, just before. As the acting Secretary General, when will the ANC be releasing its quarterly municipal barometer? Because I remember they said in October that it's going to be released every 3 months.
In truth, I don't have that report yet. It's something that I'll have to check. It might well be that it's ready, but I haven't checked with the committee that is working on that. Obviously, we've just come from the NEC. We're assessing local government elections, and there are a number of things that committees are processing. The barometer is one of the things that we're going to prioritize to make sure that we can see if our municipalities are not functioning optimally, so we can intervene, because it's important that we improve on service delivery. So it's something that we will prioritize.
Khothatsu Marisa at the Sunday Times. 2 issues, TG. We understand that at the NEC it was decided that the issue of Minister Sisulu will be dealt with by either the NWC or the officials as to whether she goes to the Integrity Commission or whatever action. Can you please give us an update on that, if there is?
The officials of the ANC have met with Minister Sisulu on Monday. There's another meeting that's going to take place between her and the Deputy President. I have been informed that the Integrity Commission has also called her. I don't know when she appearing before them, but she will be doing so.
What is your attitude regarding that back and forth that happened between her and the president? I mean, you say on the issue of Mervyn Dirks that these are deployees of the ANC. What is your undertaking on this one?
Well, Minister Sisulu explained to the leadership of the ANC what was happening. We had engagements with her, and we want to keep it that way. We've asked her to see the Deputy President. There are certain things she will be explaining to him, and they will come back to report to us.
Last one, TG. The organogram, how far are you with completing it, and when are we likely to see it being implemented? We understand that you are in the process of finalizing it, or yes, can you please clarify on that?
The organizational redesign is almost complete, but today the General Manager is meeting with the staff for them to make their final comments, and once they're done, so it will come back to the NWC for finality. So it should be done by end of this month.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, thank you very much, members
Thank you
of the
very much.
media.